your show back in the day, the Jerry Springer Show, it was the only place we could go see this fantastical, crazy circus, this kind of heightened, intense discourse. It was entertainment. Did you ever think that almost that style of discourse would spill out of entertainment into our politics and into our news, and people would yell and scream the way they do now? It used to just be we could only get that sort of thing on television from your show, and now it's kind of every channel. It's just how people talk now. Does that ever surprise you? Did you see that coming? What do you think?
The thing that annoys me, let's say, about Trump is that he took my show and brought it to the White House. And that, I'm annoyed. I should get paid for that.
Very least, you should be getting a check.
You know, hey, get your own show. So,
Well said.
what, I guess this is my thought on that whole, the direction of the culture, et cetera. The culture has not changed. The behavior is the same. 1,000 years ago, people gathered in the marketplace, in the town square, and they would all chat about what their neighbors are doing, who did what the gossip is, what the scandal is. Everything that has ever been on my show is already in the Bible, is already in Shakespeare, is already in great literature, everything. What has changed in the last 50 years, 60, 70 years, is technology. So we always used to talk about what was going on in our neighborhood. We still do, but with technology, the neighborhood has become the planet Earth. So we now know, we talk more about what the Kardashians are doing than the people who lived at the end of the block, who we don't necessarily know if they're not on our iPhone. So all that has happened is that the behavior is now known by everybody, and everything happens more quickly. And we become accustomed to it. So the behavior hasn't changed. It's just that we're announcing it to the world. So when people say, well, they don't say it anymore, but when I started the show, how could you say those things on television? There is nothing on our show that the kids aren't already doing on their iPhones. You know, in social media. They're showing who they're with, what they're doing, what's embarrassing, what will keep them from being one day on the Supreme Court, you know, and maybe not, apparently, yeah. So it's like, and that what is happening. We also have the democratization of our culture, which is not only in politics, but is in entertainment. For thousands of years, entertainment was always somebody performing on stage, in an arena, more lately on a screen, and we sit in the audience and observe. What started to happen, probably with talk radio, is we, the audience, became the entertainment. You would listen to these call-in shows, and you were entertained by the people who were called in. And then Phil Donahue came along, and all of a sudden it was the people sitting in the audience that Phil would go to for their comments and questions. That became the audience. Then we started to get interactive. So we, the audience, would vote for who we wanted to be still on the island, still in the house, still on America's Got Talent, American Idol. We, the audience, became the entertainers, and we voted for which one of us we liked. It's become democracy. So the singers today aren't necessarily better than the ones that were before, but they're chosen by the people now, rather than a few executives sitting in New York or in Hollywood. That is what is happening in our culture, in our society, and it's democracy. Doesn't mean that the result is always better, but it does mean that we now decide what we want in life, and we get what we voted for or didn't vote for because we didn't show up. And that's true of the White House, and it's true of our entertainment shows. It's why what we call reality television has become so prominent.